Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto, 20th chapter, text 5 onwards. So, Ashtu Masa Nipitam Jat Bhumya Chodamayam Vasu Shogovir Moktam Areve Varjanya Karagate. With its rays, the sun had for 8 months drunk of the earth's wealth in the form of water. Now that the proper time had arrived, the sun began releasing this accumulated wealth. The purport, Vishwanath Thakur says, by its rays, the sun draws water from the earth for 8 months. When the proper time arrives, the sun returns the water. The sun evaporating the earth's wealth of water resembles a king collecting taxes. The sun is compared to a king because it takes and gives water just as the king takes taxes and return benefits the tax-paying citizens. So, Srila Sanatana Goswami says that the sun is compared to a king. During the monsoon, the cloud begins to release water as showers, etc. Then the next verse, that is verse 6, it is said, Tadidvanto Mahamegha Chanda Swasana Bepitaha Prinanam Jivanam Hi Asya Mumujuhu Karunaiva. Flashing with lightning, great clouds were shaken and swept about by fierce winds. Just like merciful persons, the clouds gave their lives for the pleasure of this world. In the purport, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says that just as great compassionate personalities sometimes give their lives or wealth for the happiness of society, the rain clouds pour down their rain upon the parched earth. Although the clouds were thus dissipated, they freely provided rainfall for the happiness of the earth. Metaphorically speaking, the lightning in rain clouds is the light by which they see the distressed condition of the earth, and the blowing winds are their heavy breathing, such as that found in a distressed person. Distressed to see the conditions of the earth, the clouds resemble in the wind like a compassionate person. Thus they pour down their rain. So, Srila Sanatana Goswami says, quoting from Siddhartha Swami, that the shaking and heavy breathing indicates natural symptoms of the living entity, or the shaking indicate sattvika bhava arising from compassion. He indicates certainty or reason. The compassionate people give their lives because they have affection, prananam. So, verse 7 says, Tapa Krisa Devamidha Asid Varisyasi Mahi Jatheva Kamya Tapasas Tanuho Samprabhya Tatphalam. The earth had been emaciated by the summer heat, but she became fully nourished again when moistened by the good of rain. Thus the earth was like a person whose body has been emaciated by austerities undergone for a material purpose, but who again becomes fully nourished when he achieves the fruit of these austerities. In the purport, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada Maharaj, quoting from Srila Prabhupada Maharaj in Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, comments on this verse. Before the rainfall, the whole surface of the globe became almost depleted of all kinds of energies and appears very lean. After the rainfall, the whole surface of the earth becomes green with vegetation and appears with healthy and strong. Here a comparison is made to the person undergoing austerities for fulfillment of a material desire. The flourishing conditions of the earth after rainy season is compared to the fulfillment of material desires. Sometimes when a country is subjugated in an undesirable government, persons and parties undergo severe penances and austerities to get control of the government, and when they attain control, they flourish by giving themselves generous salaries. This also is like the flourishing of the earth in the rainy season. Actually, one should undergo severe austerities and penances only to achieve spiritual happiness. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is recommended that tapasya or austerity should be accepted only for realizing the Supreme Lord. By accepting austerity in devotional service, one regains his spiritual life, and as soon as one regains his spiritual life, he enjoys unlimited spiritual bliss. But if someone undertakes austerities and penances for some material gain, then, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the results are temporary and are described only and desired only by persons of less intelligence. Tadbhavati Alpamyadasam. So, Shiva. There are so many comments by so many commentators. But Srila Sanatana Goswami in Great Vaishnava Darshan says, the earth became thin because of the summer, Tapa Krisa. So, in verse 8 it said, that Nisa Mukhe Sukhadyota Tamasa Bhantina Graha Yatha Papena Pasanda Nahi Vedaha Karo Jage. Very important verse. That means in the evening twilight during the rainy season, the darkness allowed the glowworms, but not the stars, to shine forth. Just as in the age of Kali, the predominance of simple sinful activities allows atheistic doctrines to overshadow the true knowledge of the Vedas. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says, in Krishna book, that during the rainy season in the evening there are many glowworms visible over the tops of trees hither and thither, and they glitter just like lights, but the luminaries of the sky, the stars and the moon are not visible. Similarly, in the age of Kali, persons who are atheists and miscreants become very prominently visible, whereas persons who are actually following the Vedic principles for spiritual emancipation are partially obscured, practically obscured. This says Kali Yuga is compared to the cloudy season of the living entities. In this says, real knowledge is covered by the influence of the material and advancement of civilization. The chief mental speculators, atheists and manufacturers of so-called religious principles become prominent like the glowworms, whereas for persons strictly following the Vedic principles, our scriptural injunctions become covered by the clouds of this age. People should learn to take advantage of the actual luminaries of the sky, the sun, moon and stars, instead of the glowworms light. Actually, the glowworms cannot give any light in the darkness of night. As clouds sometimes clear, even in the rainy season, and the moon, stars and sun become visible, so even in this Kali Yuga, there are sometimes advantages. The Vedic movement of the Lord Chaitanya, the distribution of the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is understood in this way. People seriously anxious to find real life should take advantage of this movement instead of looking toward the so-called light of mental speculators and atheists. So, Jiva Goswami Laghu Vaishnava Darshan says, the firefly is sown, the planets did not shine because of the darkness. The scriptures of the atheists, not the Vedas, are famous in Kali Yuga because of sin. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.